Justine, I'm so excited to talk to you today about how you've achieved what you've achieved with your weight loss program. I mean, looking at you now, you would never think that this would be anything but who you are. And I certainly know that in all my years of being in the health and wellness and beauty industry, I think weight loss and cellulite has to be my absolute biggest hurdle to help people on, because there's so much pie in the sky out there as far as solutions, and really at the end of the day, for me, if weight loss is not looked at in a holistic point of view, it's got to be a lifestyle thing, it's got to be a commitment thing, it's got to be an emotional support, and so often you just feel lost. You're out there, there's so much on the market, you don't know which way to go, and you know, you might have 2 kilos to lose, you might have 20 kilos to lose, you might have more or less. Everybody's different. So can I ask you probably the hardest question of all?
I don't know if I'm going to be honest.
Is why is this different, and how have you, well, tell us about your weight loss journey. How much did you lose? Why is this different, and why is this something that we should all be considering?
So I lost initially 23 kgs,
Wow.
And that was after my second baby. I actually saw a photo of myself that a friend took, and I don't know, everyone gets to this point where they have a moment where you see yourself but it's not you. And in that moment I felt so ashamed, and I had this guilt and humiliation that I got to that point. Because I always used to be a slim girl, but with both my pregnancies I picked up an extreme amount of weight. And then what happens is when we get to be a mommy and kids get busy, we actually forget to put ourselves a priority, or to make ourselves a priority, and then to actually actively get into a program to lose the weight that we've picked up in pregnancy. So it's so hard for women today, because there's social and physical and emotional barriers that women face in weight loss that doesn't get addressed in a male-dominated industry. Especially for me, going to the gym when I was so overweight, I was so self-conscious because I didn't know where to start, I didn't know what machines to use, I felt so awkward. And then there's all these spiertieren in the gyms and they're pumping all the weights. I just felt so out of place. So in my journey, which I've now have been 6 years that I've been involved in weight loss, instead of developing like you said, women don't know where to go, where to start, I've actually developed a passion for weight loss. Because in my transformation, I saw what it did for myself and for my lifestyle and for me, and the confidence that it gave me. Because what I did is, when I saw that picture of myself, I said to myself, I will not be the mommy December again, hiding underneath an umbrella and a towel. I will be the mommy in my bikini and play with my 2 little girls. And I did. So the journey for me actually evolved into realizing where there's such a big gap for women losing weight, where the emotional aspect of weight isn't addressed. Mood isn't addressed, anxiety isn't addressed, addictions, sugar cravings isn't addressed. Because when you go to a retail store and you buy a fat burner from the shelf, that's where the process ends. You kind of leave the person to their own devices and hope they succeed.
Exactly.
Where Sprezzatura is a holistic clinical approach to weight loss. We combine the body and the mind and give you a platform and a journey with some motivation and support to get you to lose the weight. So it's not a off-the-shelf product. It's actually, we take your hand and we walk the journey with you. And that is where women sometimes fall short, just because they get demotivated. They struggle if they don't see progress because they've hit a plateau. There's no one to talk to. So we are so involved in your journey that we make it achievable for you. It's convenient. It's effortless. It's an easy journey for you to actually get to lose weight. So that is how Sprezzatura was born, is from the idea and from the knowing that women need so much more to lose weight.
And then for you, so you lost 20-something kilos, and then did you stay on it, or what did you do?
So I've actually lost more now since I've been on Sprezzatura, but I've maintained the weight for years now, and it is a it is a lifestyle that you incorporate, but it's not the end of the world. So you get an aspect where people feel after they've been on a weight loss journey, I can never have that piece of cake again, or they count every single calorie that they consume. It's not that. The Sprezzatura journey actually teaches you how to maintain the weight afterwards, which again, conventional products on the market doesn't teach you how to keep the weight off. We've got a maintenance plan for 12 months after you've been on the 12-week journey that helps you integrate forbidden foods back into your daily routine or to your daily diet, and teach you how to make better choices with food groups so that you keep the weight off.
That is so interesting, because so often you look at women who are beautifully thin and you get very envious of them, but then you realize the reason why they are so beautifully thin is because it's nil per mouth.
Yes.
And that's not normal.
No, we don't want you to. Our whole vision and mission is for women to be confident in who they are. We, especially at Sprezzatura, we don't do any body shaming. So we say you find your own version of sexy. So if you want to lose 2 kilos or 20 kilos, our love is for you to develop that confidence. And I don't think someone that counts calories or that has nil per mouth or lives such a extreme strict way of dieting, because that's truly dieting for the rest of your life, actually have confidence in themselves. Because you're not allowing yourself to have the pleasures that you seek in that moment.
Yes, and our lives are also very much about entertaining, and we've got
that's our culture.
Families, and that's how we socialize. So now you are trying to lose weight, but how do you have the normal life?
Exactly. And the reason why people overeat at bars, I don't know if you've ever gone to a bar and then you actually just eat all the snacks, and it's actually because you feel so inadequate and you want to have a connection with someone that you're substituting it with food. So the thing is, now if you are nil per mouth and you're actually restricting yourself, you're going to be in such a worse state in that social setting. And that is what we don't want for you. We want you to actually walk into a room and say, when someone gives you a compliment, your dress looks nice, you can say thank you. I think my dress looks nice too. So we teach you all the lifestyle changes that you have to make, and obviously getting back on track once you've fallen off the wagon, because you can have that piece of cake. It's just knowing not to have the whole cake, or when to have the piece of cake, and to identify, are you really physically hungry or are you emotionally hungry, and then to obviously make the best choice in that situation. So that's really important to know and actually to carry through.
Now, when we started chatting, you were talking about women, weight loss for women. Does that mean that this is not a program for men?
Sprezzatura was specifically formulated for women, because the formula that combines 22 premium ingredients is for women's bodies that activate 9 different systems in the body to lose weight fast and effectively. So the formula is made for women, but we do have men that have been on Sprezzatura, and I must tell you, they've got better results than the women.
That's not fair.
No, it's not fair. I've actually had so many ambassadors that've been on the program and on the product that their husbands end up using it as well. Because it's nice if you go on a weight loss journey. It's obviously the spouse does it with you. It's easier for cooking, and it's easier for now you have stuff to chat about. And they seem to lose weight a lot more quicker, and they actually cut muscle if they are gymming with Sprezzatura as well. But there is something in the pipeline coming, so you must watch this space.
Okay. So it can be a program that can have, a couple can go on to and share it, and I think that's also great.
Definitely.
And can children go onto this program?
Look, the thing is with children and weight loss, even though there's such an exceptional need for kids to be addressed, or weight loss to be addressed in children, because the statistics today, so many children are obese and so many kids are getting too much sugar. But in our medical industry, any child under the age of 18 cannot make a decision to use a product at their own risk. So addressing the product for children, or putting children on the product is a taboo. We don't ever advocate that, and obviously it's a medical practitioner always have to be involved if you do put a child on any type of supplement or medical drug. But what is convenient is if the diet plan that we offer on the portal is a very nice way to get kids to actually join the diet program.
Okay.
Teach them healthy habits, teach them healthy food choices, and they can start making, you know,
Informed
choices for themselves and lose weight on their own by actually just adapting to mommy's health style, mommy's lifestyle that she's following now.
And hopefully mommy's got the whole family wrapped up in this whole thing and doesn't have too many of the naughty treats around.
No, okay. Well, the thing is we do teach you not to self-sabotage yourself. Now, I always say, if you know you've got a weak spot for that slab of chocolate, then don't buy it. Don't keep it in the house. It's simple decisions like that that you have to apply to your journey. And then just say to yourself, I am going to put myself first. This is not the end of my life. If it is important enough for you, you will find a way to do it. And then just don't buy the chocolate. Don't keep it in the fridge.
Well, I agree.
It's
so before we finish the chat, because I know everybody is going to want to know what is it. So this is what? How long is this pack going to last?
So this is a 12-week program where the final bottle is your maintenance bottle. So you use all of this on the 12 weeks that we give you. It also depends on how much weight you want to lose.
Okay.
If you want to lose anything above 20 or 30 kilograms, you might need to go on the program again.
A second time.
Yes, a second time. But a lot of people use the formula for a maintenance and they use it for however
they
long
just live on it.
They just live on it. So it's got a lot of health benefits for you to be on the product, additional to only losing weight.
Yeah. Okay.
But this one is 12 weeks. And depending on the diet plan that you choose on the portal, you can either lose weight in a fast-paced, a medium-paced, or slow-paced. So we've developed the program to fit your need and your lifestyle. So it's convenient. You don't have to be forced to follow a strict diet if you know you are a person that don't follow diets that well.
Yeah.
Or if it's difficult for you to eat one type of way one day and the very next day it's extremely different. Then you go on diet plan number 3 where we ease you into a weight loss program. We would rather add before we take away.
Okay.
So that is for 12 weeks.
So that's 12 weeks.
And
and obviously depending on how strict or whether you do weight loss program 1, 2 or 3 will depend on how much weight you're going to lose. But even, I mean, for those people who've lost their weight but are nervous of putting weight back on, can they go on to that as a maintenance?
Yes, of course they can use it as a maintenance. I still use it every day as a maintenance. But the most important thing is because it is a mind and body program, the mind aspect needs to be addressed when you're losing weight. You can't just treat the body and lose the weight in the body. You need to treat the sugar addiction and the mood and anxiety and the stress and the bad habits that you actually caused you to put on the weight from the mind aspect. So we focus on both. So there isn't any need for a woman after she's lost the weight to feel anxious or overwhelmed when she needs to go into a maintenance phase. Because once you've worked through the journal, you've got such a big toolbox that you can reach into that teach you how to make better decisions when you are in situations where you would have emotionally eaten or binged eat in that moment. So it's very important to do the journal along with obviously taking the supplement. Yeah.
Thank you so much for all your information. I just feel that to have knowledge, one can then make an informed decision.
Of course.
Because as I said, there are so many slimming things out there that we've all tried. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work, and you just get more and more and more despondent. So I think rather than me saying how amazing I think the formula is, because I always approach everything in life, whether it be aging or acne or whatever it is that I'm treating in my clients, I always like a holistic approach, and that's why I thought this was worth looking at. So thank you for sharing your information with us. And we are going to also be sharing with you some of our ambassadors who have put themselves forward on this journey, and we'll be sharing their results with you as well.